my name is Aoife O'Brien from Happier at Work, and I'm delighted to feature as part of the 5 Things series with Authority magazine, talking about 5 things that leaders can commit to in this age of the quiet quitting. So what can leaders quietly commit to? And there are 5 things that I've taken from my own leadership practice, from the work that I do with my clients as well. And I would love to know your thoughts on those 5 things that I'm sharing today. The original request was around sharing things that are perhaps a little bit different or can stand out, or at least that's how I understood it. And so for me, I picked out some of the things that really make a difference in my day, and I really notice when I don't do those things, when those things are not happening. And that first thing is movement. Now, a couple of years ago, I took part in this hashtag 100 Days of Walking challenge, where the challenge is for the first 100 days of the year that you are to get out and do a minimum of 30-minute walk. At the time, I didn't know it was a minimum of 30 minutes. So at some times when I was really pressed for time, I was going out for 5 minutes. But the message, I suppose, around movement is to take some time at some point in the day to move your body, whether that's doing some yoga, getting out for a swim, a run, a walk. Just having that movement in your body is really, really important. Another thing that I suppose that I really learned while I was doing my master's dissertation was this idea of meditation. And at the time, I was doing meditation at nighttime to help me sleep, and it really made a huge difference to my levels of stress, to my ability to be able to handle what was going on at the time, running my business and completing the masters, doing the dissertation all at the same time. So it was quite a stressful time, and it helps me, I suppose, to cope with everyday stresses. So meditation is number 2. Number 3 then is reflection. And by reflection, I mean taking time to really reflect on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis of what has gone well, what might you have done differently, what are the things that brought you energy, what are the things that drained your energy. So really being honest with yourself about the things that light you up at work, about the things that you're most interested in order to be more focused in the present moment, to be grateful for the things that you are doing and the things that are going well, and to really bring that focus into how you can improve or what might you do differently, but also bring attention to the things that maybe aren't going so well so that you can do something to rectify that. So if there's something that drains your energy, for example, that you can move away from that. Number 4 then is speaking up. And by this, I suppose there's a couple of different facets to it. So the first area is creating an environment where people feel safe to speak up and to share what's going on for them. So this means creating a psychologically safe environment so people don't fear being judged or ridiculed or reprimanded in any way when they speak up, when they share what's going on for them. So that's something that's really important, is to create that environment. But the second element is to model that behavior as well. So speak up when you see something, speak up and share your own vulnerabilities, your own authenticity, speak up as you are. So that's number 4, speaking up. And then number 5 is coaching. And this is something I really learned when I was doing my coaching diploma a number of years ago, where typically the impression that people have of leaders is that they have all the answers, that they can tell you what to do, and that's what it's supposed to be about. But when you take a coaching approach, it's more about asking questions and knowing the powerful questions to ask to help people to solve their own problems and to really feel empowered in the work that they're doing. So a personal example I have of this is one of the best bosses I ever had. I was having some trouble with a colleague who wasn't working directly in the organization I was working in, so there was maybe a bit of conflict there. And what I found was when my boss coached me through the situation, so she merely asked questions, I found that she helped me really understand the situation better, but I was able to solve the issue myself in a way that made sense for me, and it was more likely for me to then follow through and make the changes that needed to happen in order to build a better relationship with my colleague. So do not underestimate the power of a coaching approach. So asking questions, knowing the right powerful questions to ask rather than simply telling people what to do. And I know sometimes we feel like we have to tell people what to do, or it might be quicker to do it ourselves or to tell them what to do rather than taking a coaching approach. But taking a longer term view and developing other people, it's really important to know how to coach them and to use that coaching approach. So I really hope you enjoyed my 5 things today. I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. And do let me know if there's anything that you're currently doing, or if there's anything that you might add to this list. I'd really love to hear about it.